All right, welcome back to Blue by 90. I am Justin, joined by Kalen. Jack is actually on vacation today. He got out of the winter storm here in Ann Arbor, went down to Florida. But in place of him, we've got a much better guest, that's for sure. We've got the king of Pump It Up. He's back, Joel Honigford. I think this is your third time on. I think you're you're basically a regular guest at this point.
Yeah, I've been on it quite a few times.
Love it. Love it. We love to have you, man. We love to have you. So, I mean, we'll get right into it. The big news is that you're back, 6th year. Obviously a big decision for you. But was there a ton of back and forth, or were you all in the whole time?
Actually, I was not. At the beginning of the season, I was like, I'm out for sure. Like, this is my 5th year. I'm doing it. I'm leaving. Like, no matter where I stand, because I knew I was going to have like a decent amount of playing time this year. So I was like, I know I have like a good backup in like the work field and like the workforce. I did an internship at Caterpillar, but I wanted to take my shot at the NFL. I was like, after my 5th year, I'm going to do it like regardless, because why not? And then I actually got talking to Coach Harbaugh about it. He had asked me about it, and it wasn't really something I ever considered. I was just like, yeah, it's because 5 years is a long time to play college football. That is a lot.
Yeah, how's your body feel?
I can tell you everything that hurts. I know exactly where it hurts. But yeah, so I was talking to Coach Harbaugh about it, which made me that was when I initially started thinking about it. And actually my friends were joking with me about it, about coming back for a 6th year. Ryan Hayes and Carson Barnhart, Trevor Keegan, they're all messing around. They're like, no, yeah, you're coming back with us for another year. I was always like, no, there's literally no shot. But then I actually started to consider it, and then I talked to Coach Jay Harbaugh, the tight end coach, and he was like, I think it's a really good idea if you do. I don't see how it could hurt you. And so ultimately, towards the end of the season, I had already made up my mind that I was going to stay. And then I met with Coach Harbaugh again after the season to talk about it, and it just kind of solidified it. I was like, yeah, I'll stay. There's a big opportunity for me, so I figured I might as well take it. And I can't play college football for Michigan for the rest of my life. So,
I mean, if you've got the opportunity, take it, right? It's something that there's a million people out there that would love to be in your shoes, right? So pretty cool opportunity. Now, when you were having those meetings with Coach Harbaugh after the season, had any rumors come up about him in the NFL at that point, or was it just was that not a thing in your conversation at all?
No, that wasn't even a thing. It was probably a week after the last game. I don't know. Okay. I just remember going into it that wasn't even something I considered with him leaving. It just never crossed my mind.
Yeah. Well, and that was what, we've talked to Jake Moody, we've talked to Brad Robbins, who are doing the same thing that you're doing, coming back for another year. And I always wondered, okay, you guys made this decision, made this commitment. Now, after the fact of that, some rumors come up, and all of a sudden you guys are pretty uncertain about the future, right? So was that, was that frustrating? Was that, how did it, where was your head at and all that?
I was just at first, I guess you could say I was a little confused, just trying to determine how it would actually affect me, if he would leave, because you get a new head coach, they bring in their people, Coach Harbaugh takes his people, how it works out. So I was kind of thinking about that, but then we had talked in the weight room actually the other day, and it was they were just kind of talking about how what our future looks like solely depends on us and what we want to do with ourselves. So I just kind of adapted that mindset. I was like, yeah, it's a good opportunity for me to play another year. That's really all I thought about. If it's a new coach, it's a new coach. If it's Coach Harbaugh, great. I got to do the same thing either way.
Makes sense. I mean, it is. I think that I guess one question too, depending on what would have happened with your position coach, how much effect does a head coach have on like what you go through day to day? Or is it more so, your day to day is determined by an O coordinator or a position coach?
I mean, the head coach kind of determines like the schedule. He determines like what happens when, how long is everything, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's pretty big impact. Um, like how many days you're working out a week, things like that. And then like as far as like what you're doing during that time is more dependent on like position coaches, strength coaches. But like the overall just like deciding what's like going on and like that kind of stuff is like dependent on him. So like if you get a new head coach, everything could change. Your whole schedule that I've known for the past 5 years
How
now.
many years?
Yeah, 5 years. Um, so that's even though it's like changed a little bit throughout, it's still generally been the same. Uh,
Right.
like that could all change, which is kind of like the fear of the unknown.
Would you just have been like totally pissed if they brought in a new coach and he's like, all right, Honigford, back to O line?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be too. I'd probably have to have a conversation with him. Hey, listen, man, like I've been here for a while now. You need to keep me here.
You the last thing you want to do now is, are you what, 23 now?
Yeah.
23, like trying to put back 50 pounds on.
Yeah,
Oh
what
my
a
God.
what a friggin' nightmare.
That would sound terrible. Yeah. But I mean, the general gist, we've talked to some other guys too, that after the news last night drops, everyone's pretty pumped up. I imagine you guys are pretty pumped about having Coach back, or what was the general vibe from you guys?
Yeah, I love Coach Harbaugh. To be completely honest, I did not want him to leave. I was like sitting on the edge of my seat. I was like, please, like I've been with him for 5 years. Like I know what he's like. Like we have a good relationship. I did not want to have to like readjust and try to like reprove myself and get to know somebody again. Like, I mean, like he understands, and this like doesn't just go for me. So like there's guys who've been here just as long as I have who have like developed that relationship. And so like he understands us. And so like just like from a chemistry standpoint, like I was like, please, like don't we just got close to what we wanted. Like I feel like we can just go get it now. Like and not that like getting a new coach is starting from like ground zero. It's not.
Right.
That's not what would happen. It would just like there's obviously like an adjustment period, and I really didn't want to have to go through that. Like I like the way Coach Harbaugh goes about doing things. I like him as a person. I like him as a coach, and like I did not. So I was like very happy whenever I found that news out last night. I was relieved, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I think that, the biggest thing that that I talked about with these guys and just with my buddies too, when all these rumors are coming on, the biggest thing I want is like some consistency here, right? Like there's so much momentum that you guys just built up, and for that to be all just like taken away with a brand new coach and then like to have to rebuild that would suck, so
Yeah.
now, especially with you guys with the offense, I mean, Coach Gaddis is back, I assume, as well. And so then, like, you guys got a ton of guys back on offense, and it's like, all right, we're reloading. Let's go get it.
Yeah. I mean, we lost Andrew Stewart, Andrew Bastardis, Hassan. We lost Dalen Baldwin too. So
Yeah.
that's
I mean, obviously important pieces. So those are very important pieces. But when you think about the guys that are still coming back and can fill in those roles, do you guys feel like it's like, all right, this is ours to take?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we obviously have to like we lost last year. Like we lost a big leader in Aiden Hutchinson. So we have to, like maybe somebody's not going to step up and be like the exact same leader as him. And like, I don't think someone should try to be the same leader as him because like it's Aiden Hutchinson. Like, not that like you can't be great or anything like that, but like be your own leader, be your own person. So we have to have those people step up and like take initiative to lead the team. I mean, we still have guys like Cade. Cade is a great leader, and like we still have him like pulling us through. But other like Andrew Stuber to lead the O line, like he's out, so we have to like find those new people. And maybe it's more people like kind of just like leading at a lower, not standard, but like you know what I mean. Instead of being like top dog, like this is it, like this is the guy you need to look at.
Right.
Just having people kind of like scattered all over. So I mean, that's like our biggest transition right now. I mean, I think the whole like the skill and like the aspect of how the game is played, that just comes over time. But like it's really the chemistry and like the relationship you can build with like your teammates on the field, and like how you guys operate around each other and understanding each other is like where we have to readjust and move forward.
Have you seen a guy on the offense who you're like, throughout the course of the offseason, this guy might step up and be more of a leader, towards the end of the season than he is now? Is there any guy that you kind of have your eyes on there?
I mean, Cade is a good leader. He's a quarterback. I mean, it's pretty like general for that to be like that. Like personally, I'm trying to take a little bit of that role too. Just being there, like heading into my 6th year, I do have a lot of experience, and I've been through a lot, so I can help the younger guys move forward. And like I'm like the type of guy who like didn't come in and start right away, so I know what it's like to grind a few years to get to where I'm at now. So I'm kind of trying to do that. I don't want to force anything like that, but if it happens, it happens. But I mean, it's kind of like I was just saying, it's like guys kind of like everybody's hopping in a little bit. Blake Corum, obviously, but it's tough for Ronnie right now because he's not always around everyone because he's doing his rehab and stuff like that for his knee. But he's definitely one of those guys too. I mean, he was voted captain last year, so
I feel like it comes natural to Ronnie. It definitely seems like that. He's so energetic, and he's like, that would be the natural guy that I would look to take that role when he does, when he is back and, around you guys all the time too.
Yeah, I mean, good players are easy to follow because you want to be like them. And then especially on top of that, if they have like the character quality of being a good leader, like it's just that's what Aiden had, and that's what guys like Ronnie Bell, that's what he has too. So they're easy to follow because you can trust them, and they're just like living proof of what they say.
And I think the thing you talked about just now too was like the fact that you yourself, you had to work for everything you've gotten, right? You didn't come in as some 5-star kid that was handed, a position, right? And you had to change positions to find your spot in the offense. So Ronnie was the same way. He was what, a 2 or 3-star or something like that. And
Yeah.
so, I like that. It seems like you guys, especially on the offensive side, kind of have a group of all those guys, right? Like obviously JJ is that 5-star guy, but he, and do you guys is he like sunshine a little bit from Remember the Titans? Do you give him some shit for like being like the big man on campus with that?
Honestly, not really. Like JJ is such a nice guy. Like he's just so relaxed that like if you would say anything like mean to him, you would just feel bad instantly. Like he's just such a nice guy. Like he's so relaxed, like wouldn't harm anybody ever. So like if you said something mean, you'd be like, dang, like I feel really bad after saying
Oh, that's funny. But you have guys like him, but then, even Cade comes in, he's not like this top recruit, right? So I think it's kind of cool that you guys have all those guys. It's kind of a group of the underdogs a little bit that have had to work for it. And it forms that chip on your shoulder that you guys obviously showed at the end of the last year too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, coming out of high school, stars necessarily aren't everything. They're something. I mean, they definitely can tell a good football player, but a lot of where we've gotten is just because of how hard guys like to work and like just how much they like actually love to play the game, which is huge because if you don't love to play the game, then it's going to be hard to work on it and get better. But I think think we just have a really big group of guys who love to play football and love to be around it all the time, which is helps us to get us where we're at.
That's definitely something that I feel like, Coach Harbaugh really values, is that like blue collar kind of let's get to it mentality. Especially he got you guys those shirts, right? With the name tag and everything. I like those. I think those are awesome.
I like those too. I'll wear that around, and people be like, "What are you, like a janitor or something?" Like, no, you wouldn't understand.
Just going to work. Just going to work.
Yeah.
So okay, I got to bring it back to last night again too. So I have to tell everybody it just about the way that it laid out for you and us specifically. You message us like, hey, I've got these plans. I'm coming back, right? I've got a video to drop, and you're like, when should I do it? Right? You're like, all right, when should I do it? Should I do it now? Should I wait until the Harbaugh stuff is out and over and whatever, and there's a decision there? And then all of a sudden you drop it, and you're like, all right, this is lit. Like that, people are loving it. A lot of people love that video for sure. Sievert did an awesome job.
It actually wasn't Sievert. So Sievert,
really?
Yeah, it was. Sievert didn't have enough time, just because like that dude takes so much work in. But I got one of my other buddies. He does work with basketball at DePaul.
Cool.
Yeah, so shout out to Ben. He's the man.
Shout out Ben. All right, shout out Ben then. Sorry. But then you were like all about what timing should it be? You drop it. Not 15 minutes later does Adam Schefter tweet about Jim Harbaugh coming back to Michigan, stealing your thunder completely. And obviously it's a good thing to steal your thunder, right? But I mean, my conspiracy theory is Jim was waiting for you to drop that video, and then he was like, all right, Nate, now I need to come back. I know that Joel's coming back for sure. I need to come back.
Yeah, I wish it was that way. But I reached out to you guys, and I was like, when should I post this? Think about posting it tonight. Don't really know what's going to happen. Like, I didn't know what information was going to come out about Coach Harbaugh, but I was like, I just don't want to overlap there. Like, it's like, that's big news. I'm not as big a news as that. Like, I get it. I'm not dumb here. So I text my other friend, Adam Shibley, and I was like, hey, like, what do you think? Like, should I post it tonight? Because, like, I was planning on posting this video like 2 weeks ago. And, like, it ended up working out that, like, I got it the other day. But then I was like, you know what? Like, this is dumb. Why am I even thinking about this? Like, it's just a video. I'm just going to post it. Like, it's fun. And then, boom. And it was at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I was like, I think if something would have come out, probably would have happened by now. I think we're good. Release it. Boom. Jim Harbaugh back to Michigan. Like, let's go, coach.
Let's go, coach. Oh man. And I mean, we've talked about this, but you didn't know what coach's decision even was at that point, right?
No, yeah, I had no idea.
So that's crazy too. So like, you're pumped about your video. People are, I'm sure you probably got a few messages and, some action on social media and all that stuff congratulating you. And then at the same time is your group chat with some other like players, some teammates like blowing up with all this news too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like once it happened, I didn't see it right away, but like they sent it into my group chat, like the tweet from Adam Schefter. And then like, obviously once that came out, everybody posted everything.
Right.
And so like it all got sent into our group chat, and we're like, all right, well, there's our decision. He's coming back. Like, cool. We had no idea. Like, you would ask me like a handful of days ago, I'd have been like, yeah, he's definitely coming back. But obviously the stuff with the Vikings was like a very recent development that like we found out about. Right. So we're like, oh shoot, like, maybe he's going. Like, really had no idea. And I mean, it's his life. Like, he doesn't have to tell a 23-year-old kid what he's about to do. But yeah, then we find out he's coming back. So obviously very happy, but
There, so the different emotions at the time, like happy, confused, like what's going on, basically.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. So obviously, super happy he's coming back. Love that guy. Love to play for him. The video that I put out on Twitter, I was like, I was already like a good bit into it. Like people were kind of hyping it up, and I was like, I can't take it down now. I tried to post the same video on Instagram, just got blocked. Taken off. It was up for 2 minutes, got blocked, and I was like, oh shoot! Like let me repost it again. Boom, up for another 2 minutes, blocked. This happened like 5 times, and like I felt like an idiot because like when it would be up for 2 minutes, like some people would see it and like comment on it, and then it would just get blocked. And like when I walked in to the locker room today, they're like, "Hey, why do you keep taking that video?" And like, I was like, "Dude, that is not me. Like, I'm just trying to win the game right now. I'm trying to win." So yeah, it was a roller coaster of emotions of a night for me, but we came out on top regardless.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I think everyone is pretty pumped that Coach is coming back. Everyone's pumped that you're coming back too, which is awesome. So all good things coming out of last night for sure. I mean, I'd argue I think it's you probably stole the thunder of Coach Harbaugh, but you know.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. What if Schefter like tweeted Harbaugh and then tweeted you right after? So
I probably would have felt like a huge idiot, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, this is not important news. Just there's a 6th-year tight end coming back to Michigan. Like, nice.
Nice.
Now it's not your like first rodeo in a way with like Coach Harbaugh, right? Because like there's always been off-season like rumors swirling a little bit, but this time was obviously a little bit different. But like, what do you think compared to years past versus this year?
I mean, last year, not like this past season, but the season before when we went 2-4, like there was like a lot of controversy just because of like we were not good at all. And so
it was like negative against him, right? It was like, is he going to, get fired or they aren't going to renew the contract or all that stuff, right?
Yeah. So that was more about people that they could bring in to be the coach. So that's what we heard then was, this guy could be a good candidate. This guy could be a good candidate to come in and coach. This year is now the opposite. It's where Coach Harbaugh could go. He could go here. He could go here. He knows this person here. So, I mean, it's a little different, but all in all, it's just the same. I mean, it's all about coaching movements, and it does really change a lot. But happy to say that he's back.
I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to realize it's a business, right? And like, it's his life. And, like you said, like he is probably just looking for what's best for him. Right. And so you think about it, I'll be honest, like personally, I was like frustrated for you guys, mostly like that you guys were in the dark and that, there was so much going on, but my emotions don't mean anything. Right. And, as much as I'd love to think that your emotions mean a lot too, at the end of the day, he's making a personal decision for himself too, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's got to do what he's got to do. And I think we understand that. Coming from like not telling us anything, it's like it's tough because you really don't know and you're finding out from the media. In the same aspect, if he tells us what his plans are to do and then that's released and he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go interview, but I'm going to come back here. And like that gets released by a player. It's
right.
Like, well, what's going on? Like, so like, I understand why like he keeps it to himself. I mean, it makes sense, but it does make things a little tricky because you're kind of sitting on the edge of your seat waiting to see if you're going to have a coach back or not. Yeah. But all in all, it worked out in our favor.
Hey, I feel like he's not the only one though who does that, right? Like Brian Kelly, like went to LSU, and from what I understand, his team didn't find out until like the next morning or something, right? And
yeah, I mean, even worse, he left towards the end of their season. Season wasn't even over yet. He was like, "I'm out."
Right.
I would be pissed if that happened. I would be mad.
Just a 10-minute team meeting. Like, all right, see you guys.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. And you're like, all right, we just spent all this time here with you and did all this stuff, and that's how this ends. Yeah, I would not be very happy.
Right.
Yeah. Well, hey, we've got the guy back. We're excited about it. You guys are, you've got, like we talked about, a ton of momentum going into next year. So I imagine these next couple workouts that you guys have got going have got to be, pretty pumped up, right?
Oh yeah, everybody was screaming today at the beginning of our workout. Like everybody was like jumping around screaming. It was so funny.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Does Pump It Up still get played in the locker room at this point?
No, it's kind of just saved for game day, because like if we start listening to it way too much, like any song is gonna get old. So kind of just like to save it for game day now, because like if we're at practice and we have like the Beat Ohio period, like they'll play it every now and then, but we don't have that anymore. We're just in workouts, so it doesn't get played right now, but I'm sure it'll be back.
Would you ever consider replacing Pump It Up, like evolving, moving forward?
Somebody asked me that today. I don't know. Like here's the thing. I'd have to be very selective, and I am very selective about like the music that I listen to. But like I would have to hear a song and be like, that's it. Like that is what I need. Like Pump It Up's nice because like it's 3 words.
It's
like,
so simple.
Yeah, it's catchy too. Like
oh yeah,
it's easy to vibe to. So yeah, it's kind of hard to replace.
I've always wondered, like I've gone back and forth with it myself too, thinking, but do you like go out on top with that song? And then it's like, because whenever I hear it, I go back to November 27th in the big house, and it's like it takes me back to the greatest moment of my life still. So yeah. I like at the same, like I want to keep it rolling because obviously we love it, but it's like you don't want to like possibly ruin it by doing it too much, right?
Oh yeah, I know. We got a whole off season to think about how to handle that. Yeah, we just need, if we could just get everybody just kind of relax on playing it, and then if the season was pick it back up and it's like a fresh start, it'll be good, because then everybody's like, oh yeah, that song. But if people just start grinding it in the off season, I mean, I love Andor, like love that guy. Glad we can listen to his music, but just listen to some of his other songs right now, and then we'll hop back on it, and the season will be good.
There you go. I am very excited for the first time it drops in Michigan Stadium next for the season opener. That's going to be quite the moment for sure. Yeah. All right. So we do got to talk about what you guys have going on with Tuff though too. So tell us about Tuff. I'm sure the listeners aren't really, fully aware. They may have seen it, but tell us where it started, what it is, and all that stuff.
Okay. So the Uniform Funding Foundation, otherwise known as Tuff, was started by Adam Shibley, who is one of my best friends. He started back in 2018. The reason he started it was because he wanted to get more involved with community give back, but like with our football schedule, it's just like so hard to find time because everything's already scheduled on top of that. So like it's not like you can go schedule something else around it. Like you have to meet the requirements to go do something else, and like we just don't have time like that. So he was like, well, I really want to give back. And so he started Tuff, and what we do is we provide like brand new jerseys, gear, like accessories to underserved youth teams. So youth teams who don't have the nicest jerseys and stuff, we come in, just absolutely overhaul it, brand new jerseys. Like right now we're sponsored by Adidas, so we work with them. And yeah, so so far we've donated to over 4,100 kids. So we've donated to high schools, all the way down to like 3rd and 4th graders. But yeah, it's super cool. This summer we have some big plans. So we're actually going to Hawaii and American Samoa. So we have 2 donations in Hawaii and then 6 donations. So there's 6 teams in American Samoa, and we are donating new uniforms to all of them. And so they'll also get like accessories like mouthpieces and like some of them will get towels, socks, things like that. But yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
we've like grown it exponentially over the years, which is like we're very grateful for. We obviously like it's nice to have the platform that we do because people will listen to us and we can reach out to a lot of bigger people. We had this award show in Cleveland. It's called Mr. Prodigy. So it's essentially like the Heisman Trophy for like 6th through 8th graders in Cleveland. And just
I'm sorry, but that's so young. Oh my god.
oh yeah, it is really young. These kids can ball. They can actually
Really?
ball. Yeah. And they like get super hyped for it. Like one kid was wearing like over $1,000 outfit to the event. Like it was like
Wow.
red carpet. Like it was
That's
was sick. Like it's on YouTube. Like you can watch it on our YouTube channel. But yeah, it was super cool. And like we had Kevin Nagandi from ESPN. He
Yeah.
like sent in a video of like him in the studio like announcing like the start of the event. So we put that on the projector at the beginning of the event. No, it was super cool. So like
That's sweet.
we've been able to like grow more and expand into other things like that. And we've worked with like professional athletes, a lot of Michigan grads who are in the NFL, and then just a lot of like other people who have just been gracious enough to donate.
Yeah, I mean, we are also, I think, going to get on board as well. You know, we've talked to you obviously and Jess Spate as well. You know, I think we're in the works of getting some of your stuff in our shop too, blueby90shop.com. So, you know, a lot of people can go there and get that too. So is that the best way for you guys to gain revenue and get the money for you know, to purchase these jerseys, or can people donate, or what else can they do?
Yeah, so we actually have a website. It's gettuff.org. You can go there. It has like all of our information. You can check out our past donations, all stuff like that. And you can also donate there. And that's like really the way that we've collected like the money so we can, you know, give back. We actually haven't done any merch sales.
Really?
We have like merch like just for like the guys who like work for Tuff. So there's so it's Adam Shibley who runs it, me, Jess Spate, Quiddy Pay helps out with us. He was originally on the executive team, and then Justin Sands, who is he goes to the University of Pennsylvania. He went to high school with Adam.
Okay.
So we all work together on it, and yeah. Oh, we actually this past summer we donated soccer jerseys to a soccer academy in Liberia, Africa.
Was that what was on that you shared on Instagram today or yesterday?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. That, I mean, worldwide, seriously.
Yeah. No, we've been pretty blessed to be able to have such an impact, and it's really cool because like not that you're looking for people to like thank you or whatnot, but it is cool to see how like happy and excited like the kids and the parents, just like everyone is like when they do get these new uniforms. Because like the way that we do it is we'll pick out like a couple of kids and then dress them up in the full uniforms. And so like we did the West Side Cubs in Detroit, and with Gus Johnson, actually he like went in with us on that, and we had a really big donation. It was like this like huge day. It was really cool. But we had like all the different teams that we had gotten uniforms for. We took like one athlete from each, and they would dress up, and then we have this banner that we'll like pull out of it's like a Tuff banner, and we'll pull it out of the way, and they run out, and we're playing music, and we had like smoke bombs and stuff. It was just like really cool. It's like really cool for the kids. They get all pumped stuff.
That's like an experience they probably never have had or never even dreamed of having. And that's like, you know, they see it all happen on NFL Sunday or something like that. And they're hoping that someday they can do that. So you can provide that, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been really cool to be a part of. And it's just like, it feels good to give back. I mean, we get to do all this cool stuff, you know, play Division I football, be on TV, but like what can we do to pay forward somebody else so that they can be in our shoes years down the road?
Dude, I would love that if I was a kid with my new jersey on, lights, banner, all that stuff. I'd feel like I'm Odell or something coming out.
Yeah, it's so funny because they always want to take him home, and they're never allowed to right away. The coach is like, "No, I'm going to need those back." It's so funny.
And that's
That's awesome,
gettuff.com.
Yeah, gettuff.com.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. I mean, if we can get some more traction for you guys, that would be really cool. And we have plans too. So, we just started talking to you guys and you and Jess about it. So, we're very early in these stages, but we've got big plans for that too. So, we're excited. Thankfully, we've got you back for another year, so we can, get you on the podcast for another year as well. And, it's cool too. I see you wearing the beanie in, warm-ups and stuff like that, and a bunch of other guys too. So, my guess, for me, I was like, what's tough, for the first time I saw that you had that. So the more that you guys wear it, the more exposure, which is cool. And we definitely want to help with that too.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's a pretty cool cause we got going. And, it just feels good to give back,
For sure. Hey, we're super excited to have you back here. It's like, I don't know, we've got all of our guys are back. Moody, Robbins, Honigford, we've got everybody back, which is awesome. It feels like not only the team has momentum, but here at Blue by 90, we've got momentum going too.
Yeah, certainly.
So, and coach is back. So, it's been crazy times, but it feels like, there's like everything's solidified now. And you guys can get to work and, I'm like ready for September. I don't know about you, but I'm like, I know we're a long ways away. There's like 2 feet of snow outside, but, I'm ready for football season.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm ready to get back out there. I love playing football, so I'm always ready to get back out there.
Go ahead, Caleb.
We've talked to Moody and Robbins since the season has ended, and I don't know if this is specifically special teams, but they both seem to have like PTSD from running with the medicine balls at strength. Have you experienced this drill as well? Has this affected your life negatively or what?
Yeah, we did today actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They're heavy. I mean, they're like, you can get up to like 150-pound med ball. Like,
oh my God.
It's good for us. I know it's good for us because like, it's like an easier way to get the heart rate up without, really putting a ton of stress on the body. But like when you're carrying a 150-pound medicine ball around, like there's no good way to carry it, right? I mean, like it's not gonna feel great. It's like something.
It's either your only biceps or your back is screwed, or or legs. Something's hurting when you're carrying it.
Yeah, and like the difference is like if I have to carry a 150-pound medicine ball, like Jake Moody and Brad Robbins also have to carry a and like I got some weight on them. So I can't really imagine it in their shoes, but yeah, the med ball carries can be tough. So
I mean, if those guys are doing it, you can't like show any signs of weakness if you look over and see Brad Robbins, the punter, also carrying it.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. Like, dude, I cannot drop this thing. Like, this dude's killing it. Like, come on, let's go.
We were giving Moody some crap too because he admitted he'd put on a little weight throughout the season, so he might have to get into some conditioning this off season too.
Oh yeah, I think we all do, to be honest. It's just the way it goes.
Way it goes. I hope that you can get into the best shape of your life here at 23 going on 40 feels like. Yeah. I'm sure with the body, but you've got to be. are you like,
Man, what are you talking about? You wish you were 23.
oh, I for sure wish I was 23. I'm 29 going on 50, honestly. I played basketball today and I'm like sore as hell from playing 3-on-3 for 45 minutes. Oh my God. I mean, you're tall. Are you a hooper?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, I can now come on. You know what I'm saying? I can ball.
Oh, is it like you can ball like a football player goes into the gym and plays basketball and they just like stay down low, or can you actually ball?
Here's the thing. I know who those people are, and I know that's not one of them. So, like Eric All, he's a baller, right? You know what I'm saying? He's a football player who likes to hop on the court in the off season.
Really? I would think that he was very athletic.
No, he is athletic, but
He just can't ball.
he doesn't have a mind for the game of basketball. I grew up around it. My dad played it. My brother played it. Like I played it in high school. Did I hit a game-winning shot against our rival for the last game? I mean, I did. I'll be honest with you, I did that. It's pinned on my Twitter if you want to see it because they stormed the court. Listen, I'm not here to relive that. I'm just here to tell you that I'm a baller. And I know what it's about.
I mean, you would never bring that up on your own, but now that we're talking about it, you might as well, you know.
I mean, since you provoked me, it was like, oh, all right, might as well say it. So if I wasn't going to, I know somebody else was. So might as well
right.
Gotta get all the facts out on the table. That's all.
Yeah. Well, we have plans this summer to do like a punt off with Brad, a kickoff with Moody. We're trying to get something with JJ. We have Alex Storacco on the podcast last week. She's going to try and pitch to us too, and we're going to look like fools against her. So I've been trying to think of what we can do against you, and maybe it's basketball. I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe we just do like a one-on-one rep, just like like Oklahoma drill.
I need to start bulking right now.
Stop.
I better hit the squat rack.
Oh, we got time. There's 2 feet of snow outside. There's plenty of time.
Oh my God. I played tight end too. So I transitioned from wide receiver to tight end though, not O-line to tight end. So
yeah, the weight difference here is it's not fair. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, the people would love it. So I don't know what would happen. You don't know what would happen. Just
the weight difference too is your weight is from muscle in your legs. Mine is my beer gut.
I still got a little bit of that O-line weight. So.
Oh man. All right. Well, we'll figure something out for sure. So I mean, at the very least, we're going to grab drinks or something soon. So,
yeah.
So we'll figure something out for the summer. But hey man, like I said, we're happy to have you back. Thank you for joining us again. Tell us again where to go for Tuff and where to follow you as well.
Yeah, so for Tuff, you can go to our website, gettuff, GETTUFF.org. You can find out all about us there. We got all of our content and things other people have posted about us there, and past donations. You can also donate there, or just reach out to us as well. And then you can follow me on Instagram, Joel_Honigford 59 because that was my O-line number. Just kind of kept it. Had to,
Don't give him. Yeah, for sure. You have to like keep that. That's like your identity a little bit too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
you're in the trenches still.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Yeah.
And then Twitter, you can follow me, JHONIG 59. But yeah.
Don't give him any, like, the last thing you should do is giving him any shit for his Instagram videos going up and down again.
Yeah.
We would hate for that to,
You would not like that.
I picture you like there's that video out there of like the guy just like watching a video and punching the computer screen. When you were messaging us last night, that's what I pictured with you.
Now, this is what would happen. I would post the video because I wouldn't know if it was going to work or not. And I knew at this point in time, it's happened so many times that I knew within 2 minutes of me posting this, 2 things are going to happen. 1, people are going to like and comment. And 2, I'm gonna find out if this thing's getting taken down. And then I feel like an idiot because they're gonna be like, dude, why does this guy keep posting this? And luckily, on like the 5th try, I finally got it to stick. I had to
It's up.
It
It's
is
up
up.
still.
The
It's
full
up.
video is on my Twitter, and the shortened version is on my Instagram because Instagram makes things difficult. But it's okay. Shout out to Ben. He made those videos. Sievert did give me the footage though. I will say that.
All right. So we can shout out Seaver still too.
Yep.
I mean, look how cool you are though. JJ commented, Cade, Aiden, Stuber, Zinter, Scooney, Valari. You're like kind of the coolest.
I got the friends. You know what I'm saying? I got the friends. I've played 2 positions at this point in time. Pretty much everybody on the team knows me. So
look at all those blue check marks too. You guys are real special. We got to get one of those. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, it's an elite club. I don't know.
Maybe someday we can be as cool as you. All right. Well, thanks, man. Thanks again. We appreciate you coming on. And I'm sure we'll talk to you soon here too. But yeah, appreciate it. Go Blue.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you guys. Go Blue.
Go Blue.